Hello guys, welcome back to my another After Effects tutorial. In this After Effects tutorial, we are going to create this. Here you can see, I have already imported all the files required for this project. You can download them from the below link in the description. The complete template, with few new modifications, is also available on my web store. Check out the link in the description. Now let's see how you can create this wedding invitation. Create a new composition. Name it as Slide 1. For this composition, I will set time duration to 5 seconds. You can set this time according to your choice, remaining everything will be same. Now add the background media file to the timeline. Now add the first couple image to the timeline. Here I will scale this image. Here I will slightly adjust the position. Pre-compose this image. Name it as Media 1. Select Move All Attribute into the new composition. Perfect. Now add the Brush 1 image to the timeline. For Media Composition, change Track Matte to Luma Matte Brush. Scale this brush image file, set it to 80%. Here we will change this media composition to black and white sketch. To do that, in Effects and Preset, search for Cartoon, add it to the media composition. For Cartoon, change Detail Threshold to 0. In Fill, change Shading Steps to 10.4. Change Shading Smoothness to 0%. In Edges, change Width to 4.5. In Advance, change Edge Enhancement to 100. Perfect. Now in Effects and Preset, search for Tint. Add Tint to Media Composition. Here you need to set Matte Black color as shown. Perfect. From Project Panel, add the Media Composition to the timeline. Now add the Brush 2 media file to the timeline. For Media Composition, change Track Matte to Luma Matte Brush. You can see the preview. Here we will place this media and brush layer at distance of 15 frames on the timeline. Here if you want, you can scale this brush layer, or you can keep it as it is. Now let's add the flower and leaves elements to the timeline. Position them. Here you are free to position them. You can place them wherever you want, set them according to your media file. You can create multiple duplicates, place them, rotate them, you can place them on all the corners. Perfect. Here we will add our text. For this text I will be using Blackjack font family. You can place it wherever you want. Now add the second text. Perfect. Now select both text layers. Pre-compose them. Name it as text. If you want, you can place this text layer at center, or align it to the center. And in the slide composition, you can place them wherever you want. Now in Effects and Preset, search for Drop Shadow, add to the text composition. For shadow, set the opacity to 75%, set distance to 7, set softness to 10. Perfect. From Project Panel, add the dust media file to the timeline. For dust, in Effects and Preset, search for Fill, add it to the dust layer. Set fill color to white. Now in Effects and Preset, search for Motion Tile. Add it to the dust layer. Select Mirror Edges. Change output width and height to 200. For dust, change mode to Screen. Select all the layers, change mode to 3D. Now create a new camera layer. Create a new null object. Change null to 3D. Parent camera to null layer. For null, press R to bring up the rotation. At start of the timeline, change Z rotation to -13. Create rotation keyframe. Now at end of the timeline, change rotation to -4. Here if you want you can increase or decrease the rotation value. Now for null, press P to bring up position. At end of the timeline, create keyframe for position. If you want, you can slightly increase or decrease the Z position value, as shown. Now at start of the timeline, increase the Z position value, as shown. Press U to view created keyframes. Select keyframes, change keyframe assistant to Easy Ease. Now let's adjust the position graph. Now adjust the rotation graph. To see this rotation graph individually, make sure to select only the rotation keyframes. Now adjust the speed graph as shown. Perfect. Here you are free to increase or decrease the position value for null object. Now if you have reduced the position value for Z position, then you need to increase the scale value for background layer. For this text layer, let's create position keyframes at end of the timeline. Now at start of the timeline, slightly reduce the position value as shown. Here you can see our text is rotated. If you want to keep it in line, then you can rotate it. Here you need to adjust the Z rotation value. If you want, you can also increase the scale value for the text composition. You can see the preview. Here our first slide is ready. Now let's see how to create multiple slides, and create our complete invitation video. First, we will create duplicate of these media compositions. You can create duplicates or you can directly create new 3 media compositions. Now open the media compositions. To replace previously added image with the new image, select the new image you want to add. While pressing the Alt key, drag and drop it over the media you want to replace. Or you can simply remove this image file and add the new image, scale it and position it. Do the same for remaining media files. Perfect. Similarly, we will create 3 duplicates of this text composition. I will name it as text1. Create 3 duplicates. Open text compositions. Here you can make changes to the text. You can add text of your choice. Perfect. Now and last, we will create duplicates of this slide 1 composition. Create 3 duplicates. Now open the slide compositions. Here we will replace this media 1 composition with media 2 composition which we have created. Select both media compositions. We will replace it with media 2 composition. While pressing the Alt key, drag media 2 composition over media 1 composition. This will replace media 1 with media 2. We will do the same with text 1 composition. Replace it with second text composition. Perfect. Now do the same for slide 3 and slide 4. Replace media 1 with media 3. Replace text 1 with text 3. For slide 4, replace media 1 with media 4. Replace text 1 with text 4. Here you can see the text position. It is going outside the frame. Go to the end keyframe. Now position the text. If you see the preview, you can see the text is also moving. You can also adjust the start keyframe. For slide 3, let's position the text to the center. Here you can also remove this position keyframe if you don't want the position animation. You can create scale keyframe for end and start. For slide 2, we will do the same. Perfect. Here our slides are ready. Now let's see how to bring them in single composition. Create a new composition. Name it as invitation. For this composition I will set the time duration to 16 seconds. Depending on numbers of slides you have created, you can set the time duration. Now add all the 4 slides to the timeline. Now place them on the timeline as shown. Place them at distance of 4 seconds. Here I will increase the time duration for this composition to 17 seconds. Here we will create fading effects for slides. For second slide, press T to bring up opacity. At 5 seconds, create opacity keyframe at start of the composition. Set opacity to 0%. You can see the preview. Perfect. We will do the same for remaining 2 slides. Perfect. Now let's create a new solid. This will be a light leak layer. Now in Effects and Preset, search for Fractal Noise, add it to the light leak layer. Change fractal type to Dynamic Progressive. Noise type to Spline. Set contrast to 250. Set brightness to -70. Now in Transform, increase scale value, set it to 1500. Set complexity to 1. Now let's add the time expression for evolution. While pressing the Alt key, click on Stopwatch of Evolution. Now enter expression, time, 150. You can see the preview. Perfect. Now for this light leak layer. In Effects and Preset, search for Color Armor. Add it to the solid layer. In Output Cycle, change Preset to Fire. You can see the preview. For this light leak, change mode to Add. You can also change mode to Screen. For this light leak, set opacity to 80%. Now let's create new adjustment layer. For adjustment layer, in Effects and Preset, search for vibrance, add it to the adjustment layer. Set vibrance to 70. Set saturation to 5. Now in effects and preset, search for tint, add tint to adjustment layer. Set color as shown. Set amount of tint to 15%. Create duplicate of this tint. Make color changes as shown. Now in effects and preset, search for brightness and contrast. Add it to the adjustment layer. Set brightness to 6. Set contrast to 8. Now again create a new adjustment layer. In effects and preset, search for fast box blur, add it to the adjustment layer. For fast blur, set blur radius to 0.3. Iteration to 1. Now in effects and preset, search for sharpen. Add it to the adjustment layer. Set sharpen amount to 20. Now create duplicate of this sharpen. Perfect. If you want you can add the cinematic frame. Or you can leave it as it is. To add frame, create a new solid. Name it as frame. Make sure color is set to black. Now double-click on this rectangle tool, to create mask. In mask, change the mask path, set unit to % of source, set top to 10%, set bottom to 90%. Select inverted. Perfect. Now let's see the complete preview. Here our wedding invitation is created. Similarly, you can add multiple slides and create your invitation video. Thank you guys for watching this tutorial. See you on Friday with another awesome tutorial.